It's another V. Haters still ain't recovered from.
Going through my pictures, be for real, little bitch, I'm really bad. Ah, shit. Fucked around and fucked up, baby. Going through my pictures, be for real.
Watch closely as a girl on the subway takes a sip of water while the man sitting next to her secretly drops a pill into her bottle. She doesn't notice the small movement, but she doesn't take another drink right away either. Instead, she pulls out her phone and starts texting, completely unaware of what's happening around her. The man keeps waiting for her to drink, but her attention stays glued to the screen. Every time she raises the bottle to her lips, she never actually takes a sip. The man watches silently, growing more anxious as the train passes station after station. His nervous behavior starts to give him away. Meanwhile, the girl remains focused on reading and replying to messages, completely unaware of the danger. Just when it looks like she's finally about to drink, she seems bothered by the man beside her. She lowers the bottle and moves a little farther away. The man can't do anything. Meanwhile, the pills slowly begin dissolving in the water. Every time she appears ready to drink, she stops again, making him wonder if she has somehow figured out his intentions. After many stops, the girl still hasn't taken a single sip. The man becomes increasingly frustrated while nearby passengers begin noticing his strange behavior. When the train reaches the next station, several passengers quickly warn the girl about the situation. The moment the man realizes what's happening, he immediately grabs his belongings and leaves the subway car. The girl remains safe and continues her journey without harm. Watch closely as a girl on the subway takes a sip of water while the man sitting next to her seat.
Ladies and gentlemen, when they say this is easy money, man, take a good look. Feel that. Look at
some other shit. See, this person's too secretive. This person didn't want to tell you. This person ain't told the shit. Yeah, there it is. This person was trying to hide the information. Worried about that. Yeah, see, the person in the hospital. Yeah, that person is in the fucking hospital. That blood work is finna come back. Now, either what's finna be said, I'm gonna pull it in a second. Whatever happened at this hospital, this person may have something that they cannot come back from.
What if I told you that the moment
inconsequential, the pauses that had always carried a subtle significance I had not understood, and suddenly it all felt alive, as though the secret had a revelation. It was an awakening, a recalibration of perception, a call to notice what had previously been invisible. As I reached for the first piece of understanding, I realized how delicate the balance was. The line I was ready to cross now seemed more complex, more charged, more impossible than I had imagined. Each gesture, each subtle movement from you carried potential meaning, and I felt the weight of interpretation pressing down on me. I wanted to leap forward, to bridge the distance with certainty. Yet I also knew that rushing would risk shattering the fragile equilibrium that had held us together. The truth was tantalizingly close, yet still cloaked in nuance. I sensed it in the way your eyes lingered on something just out of reach. The slight tension in your jaw, the hesitation in your words when you thought I wasn't paying attention. Every detail seemed to whisper a fragment of the hidden reality, a clue that demanded my focus, my patience, my willingness to see beyond surface appearances. It was as if the universe had arranged these subtle signals intentionally, teasing me, testing my attention, my understanding, my capacity to perceive the layers beneath what was immediately visible. And in that charged moment, a question rose up in me, intimate and unbidden. Had you known I would notice, had you imagined this moment, the slow unveiling of the truth, and hoped that I would respond with care, with patience, with empathy, the question was not just about your actions, it was about the depth of our connection, the unspoken trust between us, the ways we navigate vulnerability together. It felt deeply personal, a reflection not only on you, but on the emotional landscape we shared, fragile yet resilient, tender yet unyielding. I remembered the small gestures, the subtle signs of thoughtfulness, the unspoken acts of care that had always passed between us unnoticed by the outside world. Those moments now seemed imbued with new significance, hints of a hidden narrative that had shaped our relationship from the very beginning. Each memory was a breadcrumb, a piece of the puzzle, and the realization that I had missed so much for so long filled me with both awe and urgency. I had been standing on the edge of understanding without knowing it, and now the threshold had arrived. As I observed you, I could feel the tension in your posture, the way you seemed to hold something just beyond disclosure. It was a dance of concealment and revelation, an intricate interplay that demanded both sensitivity and courage. The secret was no longer entirely hidden, yet its contours remained unclear, teasing me, compelling me to proceed carefully, aware that every reaction could shift the balance. The stakes were high, not just for the revelation itself, but for the trust that underpinned moment. I felt the dual pull of curiosity and restraint, exhilaration and apprehension. I longed to understand fully, to see the secret laid bare, to cross the line into clarity. Yet I also understood that patience was essential. Revelation is never immediate. It arrives in its own time, with its own rhythm, demanding awareness and attunement. The suspense was electric, a pulse that echoed in my own heartbeat, reminding me that understanding is as much about timing as it is about perception. The line I was poised to cross was no longer a single threshold. It had become a landscape of subtle shifts and invisible pressures, a delicate web of signals and intentions that required both insight and restraint. I felt the weight of responsibility pressing gently, insistently, reminding me that crossing recklessly could undo everything, while crossing with care could deepen the connection beyond measure. It was a paradox of possibility and risk, desire and caution, trust and uncertainty. And yet, amid the tension, a quiet thrill ran through me. The secret, partially revealed, was shaping the contours of with significance I had not.
Yeah. Ma, you okay?